In fact, there are also media representatives being allowed to go through to take pictures of what was damaged inside. To update you just a bit, we are now told that there were 2 casualties involved here, one a fireman, one a civilian. Both simply suffered smoke inhalation. One was whisked away just a few moments ago. No fatalities at all at this time. So once again, this was the county health facility here in downtown Los Angeles, the county building. I have someone with me who is a representative of the fire department now. He can tell us a little bit about why this got so much out of hand. Obviously, there were not sprinklers inside this particular structure, Chief.
That's correct. This building was constructed prior to the requirement for sprinklers, which came into place in 1974. It has not yet been retrofitted to meet the current requirements in the city of Los Angeles as a result of the very devastating First Interstate Bank fire. So that has some of the accountability for why that fire spread as rapidly as it does. It is an older style high-rise building, concrete construction, and what we call compartmentalized, so that it doesn't spread as rapidly as, say, one of the new types of high-rise buildings, that it's basically just a center core with open floor space.
The problem, obviously, money in retrofitting both city and county structures.
Well, that's certainly the case. I think both the city and the county are experiencing the same financial problems at this point in time, and these retrofits can be very expensive. However, there is a requirement to do those, and I don't know where this county building is in the process, whether they had their permits approved at this point in time or not.
Any new updates, Chief? We understand 2 casualties, both smoke inhalation, no additional injuries, no fatalities, certainly?
No, at this point in time, we do have 2 confirmed injuries, one of a civilian who is inside the building, minor smoke inhalation, and similarly with a firefighter, smoke inhalation. We have now confirmed that all the personnel that were in the building have been accounted for by security, and we've done a thorough search of the building to determine no one else is in the building at this time.
Thank you so much, Chase. We really appreciate it. So once again, this fire is essentially over. It's in a mop-up mode at this particular time. Firemen are fortunate that it is not raining as well. That has been some blessings for those out here on the ground trying to control traffic and monitor the situation as things develop. So once again, the fire essentially is over. It's in a mop-up mode. 2 casualties, both smoke inhalation, 1 fireman, 1 civilian. Reporting live from downtown Los Angeles, I'm Fernell Chapman. Now back to the studio.
Patrick Healy is also standing by at the scene, Fernell, and we're going to go to him right now to see if he has any other information for us. Patrick.
Fernell covered most of the key points. We'll add just a couple of things we've discovered. Fernell describing the 2 smoke inhalation injuries. There was also a 3rd, less serious injury to a fireman, a Captain Charles Westland. Channel 4's Vicky Vargas spoke to him after he emerged from the building. And the problem with Captain Westland is, you may have noticed during the course of the fire, the intense heat of the fire, blowing out all the plate glass windows around the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th floors of the building. Captain Westland was underneath the building, just outside, when a piece of glass came down, struck him on the wrist, and injured the wrist. To what extent, he does not know. It's swelling up very badly. It's been taped, and he's going to go have it x-rayed later on. But Captain Westland, quite lucky that that shard of glass came down on his wrist and not closer to him. It could have been very devastating consequences. 2 smoke inhalation injuries, the other 2 injuries of this fire, and remarkably, as intense a fire it was, reminiscent in many respects of the First Interstate fire in May of 1988, a fire that took several hours to knock down because it was so inaccessible being so high in the building. In this case, though, firefighters were able to get up to the 6th through 10th floors, and they were able to knock it down almost completely within an hour. And now we're coming up on just about exactly, in fact, 2 hours after the fire started, and there are just traces, wisps of white smoke. We did see one of the smoke inhalation injury firefighters as he was brought out of the building. He had breathing apparatus on him, and he looked very ashen, very shaken by the experience, but there was no evidence of burns, and the prognosis does appear good for a recovery for that firefighter. That's the latest from the fire scene. Back to the studio.
Okay.
All right, Patrick, and that scorched reminder of the failure to provide automated sprinkler systems for downtown high-rises. An absence of that is being corrected as we continue, because we discover now that with the county's budget being what it is, the city's budget being what it is, the program to retrofit those older buildings downtown has been dramatically slowed, but evidence today of the continuing need for it. We have been covering the storm watch throughout most of this day, It is not entirely over. There are continuing bands of rain, and there is a continuing threat of flooding. Fritz Coleman is at the weather boards now. Let's talk with him. Fritz?
All right, Jess, we have some changes here, and then we have some incidental information coming in about specific weather incidents. But I want to show you why I just don't think you should relax your state of awareness about the weather, particularly in Santa Barbara and Ventura counties. This is a FACS meteorological description of the weather that comes over every hour. This particular one at about 11:25 this morning. Here is the main band of the storm that moved through southern third of the state this morning. Here's the break we're in now. You may see some clearing in your area, and it's a fairly wide expanse, taking up over 2 counties, all of Los Angeles and Ventura County. But all of this moisture, which is developing and becoming more intensified off the coast of Monterey, is moving east-southeast at about 17 miles an hour. Up in here, you can't see these numbers, they're too small, but these are level 2 and 3 rain shower areas. That is